I can't think of too many other places like this anywhere.
It's kind of like Shangri-La, really.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name's Ava Solberger, and we are here in Shelburne, Vermont at the Shelburne Farms Inn. Behind me are the gardens, which were built in the early 1900s. Fast forward to 100 years later, a lot's gone on. The wall is eroding into Lake Champlain. The balustrades are deteriorating and falling into the lake. The lily pond has not been operational for 15 years. And, well, the stairs have seen better days. But do not fear, because for the past 3 years, they've been planning on how to restore these gardens, their original beauty.
Dr. William Seward Webb and Lila Vanderbilt Webb, between 1886 and several years later, they've acquired upwards of 33 farms here on Shelburne Point, and they create Shelburne Farms. Shelburne Farms was a place that was quite special to them.
Breathtakingly beautiful in its original form.
Like you're taking a walk in 1913 on a Vanderbilt estate.
It was at the highlight of that golden age.
I mean, you look at the early pictures of this, and it was a spectacular place.
The garden was established, formalized by Lila Vanderbilt Webb, beginning in about 1913.
We know how passionate she was about these gardens. Here's a list of flowers. The archives here has a wealth of material about the gardens.
The idea is to hold on to that Gertrude Jekyll vision that she had. You maintain that color scheme and drifts of color, the pale pinks and blues into the very strong yellows and reds. Well, it's never the same. It always changes. Well, visitors love the garden. You know, we have all these tours that come through, and then hotel guests, people are going to love this. I mean, this is what everybody asks about. Well, is this going to happen? And we always say, well, no.
Since the 1970s, the garden has been in decline, and in the 1980s, we actually lost a portion of it when the cliff collapsed. For years, we've been looking at what it would take to recover the garden, and for years we felt it was too big.
And it's great because we have an anonymous donor who gave some funding. Shelburne Farm still has a substantial amount to raise.
Just incredible. I just can't believe that we're able to do this.
We're calling it a formal gardens restoration project.
This April, we began actually dismantling the garden in order to put it back together on its original site.
The lily pond, the balustrade, and all these walls.
Every piece that's been removed, pieces of the balustrade, were numbered.
See the numbers on each piece. Also the pallets are numbered, and all that goes into our database, so we know exactly where everything is.
It'll be this incredible new space.
The conditions that we have here at the farm are very, very challenging. And what we've done is assemble a crew of people interested in historic masonry, skilled with historic masonry, and we're treating it as a training.
There's no book that tells you how to do this stuff. These two circles, the arch, the elliptical curves, this is complicated brickwork. We really look at what was there closely so we can really match that work. I hope that the work that we do here lasts at least a century.
The gardens are such an integral part of this landscape.
It's important to save that part of history, and because once it's gone, it's gone.
Restoring these gardens adds to our interpretation, our education.
And I think that's important for people to see how old something is.
Help buy these places another 100 years.
Vermont's version of the Gilded Era.
And to be able to have this treasure here in Vermont and draw people to this, I think it's very nice for Vermont.
It's going to be, once again, one of the most beautiful spots in the farm.
Many, many people utilize this place as a peaceful place to come out and walk. And
think of the place as incredibly valuable, and that we came very close to having lost several big pieces of it.
Take time.
She'd be so excited to think that they were going to restore this.
She would be very reserved, but she'd be absolutely thrilled.
2012, we should be seeing these gardens the way they were originally. I, for one, can't wait. We'll get stuck out to you again real soon. Just ask, what's it like to be here every
It's spectacular. Every day the water's different, the sky is different, the mountains look different.
I almost feel like these are my gardens in a way, even though I'm not a Webb, and I'm not.
You feel like you can come here, and you should.
I do. All the time.
And that's the most important thing, accessibility.